Well, good morning, everybody. Kilt here on day 65 from the Appalachian Trail, doing our morning routine, except we're not. First thing this morning, we get to go downhill. I know, what a surprise, right? It's like a treat. Having dessert for breakfast. We are in the cloud layer this morning. A little damp, not really rain, but more of a dripping dew coming off all the leaves. So as soon as we drop below cloud layer, everything should dry up. But leaves are wet, rocks are wet, so they're slippery. But all in all, good morning so far. Got a nice early start. Back to our 15+ mile day, and we're going into town. So we're at the end of our 3-day stretch, I believe it is. Something like that, 4-day stretch maybe. But yeah, we're heading to town today. And we got one more site that, as long as it's on trail and not a long off trail, we will go check it out, and that would be Tinker Cliffs. So we saw Dragon's Tooth, we saw McAfee Knob, and then hopefully, especially with the cloud layer, it clears out by the time I get there. Got a couple more miles. Go see Tinker Cliffs, where you can look back across the valley in the horseshoe and see McAfee Knob. But let me turn you around so you can see. I'll just show you right there. That's a full pan. Why that view may not even be visible. That's actually a power line. Here we go. That's a power line out there. You can't even see out there. And that's not but 60 feet. There we go. So, it's pretty dense cloud layer this morning. But it should burn off, hopefully. And we'll get some views. So let me show you the morning trail for a minute before we start a climb, because we have a climb coming. It's just not very first thing. So here we go. Oh, now we get nice soft after I come down the downhill. Yep, this is it. This is what the entire Appalachian Trail looks like. This is all we do. It's like walking in a park. Everybody should come do it. It's easy. Not. It is fun though. You meet new people, you see new things, you wake up at a new place. So, it's all worth it. All right, well, let me push north, and I'll bring you back if I come across any wildlife or the clouds break and we get a view. So, sit by and grab a cup of coffee. All right, well, here we go. This is starting the climb. It takes us to Tinker's Cliff. Or Tinker Cliffs, whichever. And that is straight up. We still got 1.5 miles to go. All the way up into the clouds. All right, pushing north. All right, well, here's Tinker Cliffs. And you can see 100% socked in. Not one view. looking back out that way toward McAfee Knob. This here's the trail. I don't know how many lookouts there actually are. Well, but since this is supposed to be our big view, I figure I'll bring you about. That's got a big old crack in it, but there is nothing. Again, the trail gives you what you need when you need it, whether you like it or not. So if we would have pushed on yesterday, the extra 4.4 grueling miles, we probably would have had the view, but it was pretty taxed when we got to the shelter and got water finally. So I wasn't going to push the extra mileage, but at least it's not a 0.5 side trail like the AWOL guide said. We are literally on the trail. And the trail said, you don't need a view today. You're going to town. You got a view yesterday. But I did want to show you Tinker Cliffs. And we just found Country Boy, who got an hour early head start again. Yeah. He's hiding in the woods over there. You can barely see him half the time. But now that that's over, I think I'm gonna spend the next 11 miles going downhill to town. And again, if we see any wildlife or the clouds and the fog breaks and we get a view, I'll bring you all back. Once again, pushing north. All right, there's a shelter sign. Let's make a right. All right, coming into the Lamberts shelter. This is where we're gonna have second breakfast, camel up, this is the last water source, and then push on. I believe our last like 9.5 to town. There are a bunch of new hikers here, so I'm not gonna film them. I just want to give you a quick look. There's the nameplate, Lamberts Meadow shelter. So it's a small one, but that's it. We'll be back when we get down trail. All right, the fog layer is now finally lifting, and we are here at one of the cliffs view. Man, is it beautiful. All that farmland down there. There's a quarry over there, and a plant. Can't see the horizon because of the fog still, but you can definitely see down to the valley floor. All right, there's supposed to be a few more pockets of views, so let's get after them. Here we go, another view from the cliffs. This is my lunch spot. Let me step down here. Here we go. Look at that. This is the view I get for lunch. And that must be the town of Daleville over there. Let's see if we can bring that in just a little bit. It's hazy out, so it's hard to get it to focus on camera. But that, I believe, should be Daleville. A few more hours of hiking. What beautiful countryside. Gorgeous. All right, let's eat lunch. All right, so all the views have pretty much been the same on the other side of the mountain looking down at the valley, but now we get a look off to our right side at the reservoir that kind of loops around. It's kind of tucked up here in the mountainside. You can see mountain range left and right, and then it drops off down into the town. So it's kind of hidden up here into the mountains, but it's a reservoir. All right, pushing north. All right, here's our last big view of the day out of the power line. Looking back at the reservoir. And there's a boat ramp down there. Power line running right down, and then boom, across the reservoir. Got a hawk flying right here. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's go look down the other side of the power lines. There's the town, and there's the interstate. And I'm pretty sure that's 81 again down there. I'll punch in for you. Interstate 81 right there, running left and right. A few more miles to town, we'll be there, pushing north. Hey, good evening everybody. Welcome to end of the day wrap up. On day 65, we made it into town. We're in the town of Daleville, Virginia. We did a full mile day, so it wasn't even a Nero, it was a full hike day, but we're here at the hotel. Gonna do a resupply, gonna hit an outfitter, got some laundry done already, got a quick shower, now we're just resting up. Gonna take a 0 tomorrow because a lot of that stuff's closed already. So we're gonna take a 0 on day 66, and then we'll be back on trail on day 67. So, like I said, we did a full day today. Had some views later in the day, not so many early in the morning, but again, that's what the trail decided we needed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get you turned around, show you the book, and show you what we went through today and what we saw. So here we go. All right, well, we started our morning right there at the Campbell shelter at mile marker 714.9. And that was yesterday's, and that was at an elevation of 2,600 feet right after the McAfee Knob. We had a nice gradual downhill first thing in the morning, which is not normal. We usually have a climb. So we had a couple rollers right there at the bottom, and then we got to the bottom of the page, so let's turn the page. All right, there we go, and then we started a climb. Climbing up the Lamberts Meadow, the Bricky's Gap. That was a steep climb. That lasted, seemed like it lasted forever, but it was only 1.8 miles, but we went all the way to 3,000 feet. So, and that was Tinker Cliffs. It was not a 0.5 mile off trail. It was just a 0.5 mile cliff walk, and the views weren't there. You saw it, you saw what I saw. We were socked in with fog and clouds. Tried to look back at McAfee Knob, there was just nothing you could see whatsoever. And then we started the drop down, stopped in at Lamberts Meadow shelter for some water and a morning snack. Got cameled up because there was no water the rest of the day. And we started our climb out of Lamberts Meadow. Did some dropping downs, ups and downs, all the way down to Angel's Gap. Did some power line, climbed up to our hay rock, had another view. A lot of those views were all socked in, so they didn't show a whole lot. Just showed you what was there. We crossed more power lines today too than I can imagine. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power lines. Didn't film the railroad tracks just because I was at the end of the day and I was real hot and tired and the sun came out. But we did cross one set of railroad tracks. And we ended the day right there at mile marker 730.3 on US 220 in Daleville, Virginia, for day 65, for a total miles today of a 15.4. So not a Nero because we did a 15.4 day. So that's the end of the day. Did a 15.4, so a full day. We're here in town. We're going to take a full 0 tomorrow on day 66. I'm losing track of what days they are. Day 66, and get a couple errands to get knocked out that we need to get knocked out. I did receive a package from home. We got a new shirt, so if you see me in a new color shirt, because I'm losing weight and sizes are getting smaller. So now I had to go send my extra large home, and now I got a large. So I appreciate that. Thank you, baby. Shirt's great. And for everyone else, thank you for following along. Hope you enjoyed today's video. And we will see you all. I don't know. I may film tomorrow. I may not. We'll see how the day goes. I'll bring the camera along just in case. But if not, we will see you the following day on trail for morning of day 67. And we are still pushing north. And we got some fun stuff coming up. I'm really excited. Next few days, some of the things we're going to cross and some of the things we're going to see and do. But other than that, thank you to everyone. I appreciate all of you. Hope you're enjoying yourselves as much as I am. I am Kilt. We're still through hiking the Appalachian Trail going northbound. I will see all of you tomorrow morning. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.